Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I sat down today to put this video together after watching Tarkov TV, going through the patch notes and getting a solid day of playing with the new patch. And I quickly realized that this was huge. This patch was way bigger than the itty bitty sparse patch notes let on. There's a ton of stuff to go over. So it's going to take us a little while, but my goal is to get you everything that changed, at least that we know of so far, or was updated so you guys don't miss out on anything. The 15.5 patch notes didn't mention so much stuff. The list of things that changed is probably twice as long as the patch notes were themselves. As far as the 15.5 patch notes are concerned, there's probably twice as many things that aren't listed as were listed on the patch notes. So let's get into all of this. We got to get through patch 15.5. We got to get through Tarkov TV, what they talked about there, plus what's coming with the New Year's patch, and everything in between. And first things first, we'll get the elephant out of the room. As you can see behind me, it's Halloween time. So we got the Halloween event with Tarkov, which means something not many of us ever expected, but we have zombies and some other goodies with it, and it's only getting started, I'm pretty sure. For right now, the zombies are only on labs. That's where they are. We have zombies on labs. We'll roll some B-roll so you can see what it's like playing there, but it looks like it's going to spread. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of detail about those. I'm going to do another video after this that talks about the zombies, the tasks. It gives you a quest guide, all that stuff, so don't look for that in the video. There's just too much of it to do now into this video. This is just to get you guys up to speed. I will do a guide talking through everything else and give you details. We'll get you the rough highlights here. So there's zombies on labs. They're basically scavs, PMCs, lab workers. Some walk, some run, some have pistols. If they touch you, if they melee you or whatever, they will infect you. This infection, while it looks like it does so far, is it nukes your hydration, screws with your vision, and screws with your hearing. Audio gets really weird when you're infected. It won't kill you directly, but it does make it so you can't hear shit sneaking up on you. Your hydration gets nuked, which if you don't have max metabolism will kill you, and all those kind of goodies. They also tend to give you a heavy bleed almost every time they hit you. I've been using Zagustans a lot. You just pop those and you're immune to heavy bleeds through the whole thing, which is kind of nice, but they are swarmable. They also react to noise. So we noticed that if we went in loud, we had hordes of them to the point where we couldn't handle them all, even with, you know, LMGs and hundreds of rounds, versus if you were suppressed, it didn't seem to attract as many of them. They still would rush you and you'd still get little swarms of them here and there. But if you were loud, there was a lot more. Now, as far as where they're at right now, it's only on labs. And as you can see here, it's got this little 100%. The very first raid we did, this said 50%. And right when the servers came up, we hopped in, we went to labs, said 50%. Our very next raid, it was bumped to 100. So I'm not totally sure what this mechanic is yet, but if you click on other maps, you know, if you click on labs, there's nothing there. But if you go on Streets of Tarkov, it's got this same symbol, but it's 0%. That tells me that this is going to spread. That's how this event's going to progress. We're going to get more stuff on more maps. Whether that means zombies or what it's going to be, I don't know. Or how we're going to battle that or how we're going to deal with it, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure it's going to spread as the days go on. Now with this, the lab is free. It doesn't require a key card to get in. You can just get in and go, which is nice. Now because of this, there are no raiders. There were some reports people were seeing them early on, but we never did see any raiders all day. And we ran dozens of raids on labs. I think we ran close to 20 raids on labs today, and we never saw a single raider ever or heard one or anything like that. Now with this event, we did get two new quests, two new tasks. They were with Jaeger. The first one is Don't Believe Your Eyes. Open to everybody. You get in there, go check. Once you get that one done, you get Dirty Blood. Again, I'll do quest guides for these. They're associated around a new room that was added to labs though. Now, there's so many different maps around labs. I'm just going to use this one. You might not like it. The new room isn't shown on here, but it's right here, right next to me, underneath this white box. So this is Black Room right here. This is the kind of the middle staircase. This is the far staircase that goes up and down all the way. Blue Room's right here. So this is like the big main open area underneath the office. You know, you got Black, you got Server, this big long hallway at the end of it. Right in this area, there is a new room that is now opened up. And it's there for this task. It's got really good loot in it, tons of stims. I mean, tons and tons of stims. As well as you can probably get a Ledex out of there. We've gotten defibs and ophthalmoscopes and every med you can imagine, from bandages and AI2s up to serve kits and grizzlies and things like that. Then there's kind of 3 areas to it, if you will, maybe 4, depending on how you look at it. You first come in, there's an office on your right that has guns and really crazy ammo in it. Then there's off to the caddy corner to the left, there's a power room that's got a button. You got to press that button to open up the far left room, which is like another big lab area. Back in there's where all the loot is. And then there's a key card room too. That's the residential unit key card. It is a new key card, 2 use. It opens up this room that's got a bunch of high value loot in there. And that's what we have so far. As far as tasks, again, we'll get into a task guide for that more detail here in the next video. So after that, obviously the outside of labs in the hideout, we have the pumpkin kind of theme. They've done this, I think they've done this, this was like this last year, a little bit different of a flavor, but same kind of stuff. Bats hanging from the ceiling, pumpkins, you know, spooky stuff like that. I really like it. It's super cool. I wish it would stay all year round. Stuff like this, it doesn't. And if you don't like it, if you don't want it, you can just come to your lighting switch here and change back and forth to your old lighting or the Halloween one, whichever you want to do. On top of that, in raid, there are pumpkins. There's not much to them. Like, don't go buy these on the flea market. They might be worth 230K, but usually not. Here, I'll unpack one for you. You can see what we get. We got 2 pineapples, a military tube, a juice, and a condensed milk. 230K. You do the math. I guess if you get 2 sugars or something, maybe it'll be close to worthwhile, but that's what you get out of it. Maybe some other stuff can show up. Maybe it's got some crazy rolls. I haven't done any math. I'll leave that to somebody else to open 100 of these 100 pumpkins and what's inside, but that's what it is. You find they just sit around raid, pick them up. They're kind of heavy. If you look at them, they're 3 kilograms. You can only open them once you get out of raid. You can't open them in raid. So that's how they work. Okay, so let's get to the patch notes. There was a lot of grumbling about these when these released earlier this morning when the servers went down because they were really short. And straight out the gate, I'll tell you right now, there is no Unity 2022. We'll get into that a little bit more with the Tarkov TV because they did talk about it, but we didn't get Unity 2022. There wasn't a lot to them. The patch notes from at least what I was expecting, but there's a lot of stuff that we got that wasn't on the patch notes. Pretty much everything we just talked about wasn't on the patch notes. So first big thing I want to mention, it's caught a lot of people by surprise, and why they put it up here. They put it up here like this. A lot of people just skimmed over it and didn't even see it, including me the very first time. As part of this update, all PvE zone raids will temporarily be using the game servers instead. We have adjusted the number of servers for PvE mode for the most optimal matchmaking times. If you run in PvE, you're going to be doing it on servers right now, which means queue times and waits again. You're not going to load in instantly on your own machine like you were. I also think this means that there's no more Alt F4ing to reset your raid. I don't think that works if you're on the server. Don't quote me on that. I didn't ever do it myself on purpose. I know it was cheesed pretty bad for stuff, but it's not the way it works anymore. But it's temporary. I don't know why they're doing it. They didn't just give any more details. That is how it is though. For changes, we got inventory interaction while matchmaking. Now we'll roll some B-roll here. Basically what it does is it allows you, when you start searching, you can go into your stash, you can move stuff around, you can technically sell stuff, though it's kind of weird. You can look at your character stats, you can look at your tasks. Anything you can't do is obviously grayed out. Obviously you can't move stuff on and off your character, but you can do full stuff. And this actually was kind of nice. I kind of was like, oh, this isn't going to be that big of a deal, but when we were loaded into raids and I was able to kind of do more stash cleanup and you know, move stuff around and put stuff away, it was kind of handy. It also lets you, it gives you the ability to view the equipment and health status of the players in the group you're with while you're matchmaking. So you can go in and you can see the kit that your buddy has. You can see everything that he's running, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Gives you something to look at. The bigger piece of it though, that we realized is that you can actually go on, when you load in on your player scav, instead of having to spawn in and be like, all right, what did I get? You can see what you have on your player scav before you even load in. So that was kind of cool. Next up, we have achievement rewards. So this is going to change some stuff. If you're a tracksuit guy, this definitely applies to you. If you got the Kerman cat, this applies to you, and it's just good to know for anybody else. Basically, some achievements are going to have rewards attached to them now. For example, the only 2 we have right now is the Master of Ultra, which is kill 100 times, or the Cardinal Richelieu, local strongman involved in peace. There was those 3 tasks we did like last year. I can't remember exactly when it was, but they led to the Kerman cat holographic decoration for our hideout. Now these aren't currently working. There is no way to claim it. It says these rewards will not disappear with global personal wipes through the website. This items received for achievements are sent through an in-game message with unlimited storage time. If you go into your achievements, I'll go here real quick and I'll go to my Colonel Richelieu. Where the hell is it? Right here. I hover over it. You gotta hover over the emblem, but you hover over the emblem and it says item Mr. Kerman's cat hologram. I don't know how you claim this. I don't know if you can. This might be a deal that they turn this process on but we can't claim it till the next wipe, or if you restart your character, then this will show up. The big thing here is they actually got rid of the task with Ragman that was kill Killa 50 times for the tracksuit. That is gone. It's no longer here. And if you read the patch notes, it says this task, the stylish one, has been removed. Players who manage to complete the task do not lose the reward until the end of the current wipe. So if you got your 50 kills, you get the tracksuit, but you don't get to keep it unless you do the 100 kills, because that's what Master of Ultra is. Maybe, I don't know if it'll show it to me or not. Oh yeah, right, Master of Ultra, 100 PMC kills. This will give you the ADIC tracksuit. So if you got the 50, you get to keep your tracksuit, but you better go get the other 50, otherwise you're going to do 50 again next wipe. If you've already got the achievement, I don't know if it's going to give you the tracksuit or not. I don't know. If you know, post down in the comments. The fact that we didn't get the Kerman cat makes me wonder if you're gonna get the tracksuit. I can't check myself. Nobody that I talked to close has it done either. But if you know, please let us know about the tracksuit being, if you have it now, even though you didn't get it yet this wipe, but you had the achievement from previously. And with that, they also removed the tracksuit no longer requires Ragman loyalty level 3 or level 48 to get it, which means technically, if you have the achievement done, Master of Ultra, probably means you can put the tracksuit on at level 1. It doesn't require money. I'm not sure how that works out. We'll see. Next big item is pinning items in the stash. Again, this is going to affect people in different ways depending on just how you operate in your stash and your own habits. There's two features. There's pin and lock. They're pretty similar. Pin basically means that items don't get auto sorted, but you can still move them around. So for example, we'll go over here. I have these dog tag cases pinned, right? I don't want to hit auto sort because I got a bunch of stuff screwed up here, but maybe I can show you in another container. Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's put these 3 items. I can pin them here real quick, and then if I hit auto sort, it'll sort everything except those 3 items. So think of your stash working that same way. That is pinning. Going on to locking, locked items cannot be deleted, sold, moved, or used, except for opening containers. Locking items prevents them from being used in crafting, upgrades, selling, barters, or being used in weapon builds. So locking completely isolates an item. So if you want to make sure you don't actually accidentally sell something, or for me, the biggest thing right now, I have all my streamer items. I have them all locked so that I can't actually accidentally use them in tasks or turn them in, even though I have a bunch of streamer items that'll use these if I need them. So now I don't ever have to worry about accidentally using a streamer item, that because I'm actually close to Kappa. I'm like 1 task away. Not bragging, just that's why I'm worried about it, is I don't want to accidentally use an item and then, oh shit, now I got to go looking for one and have 1 item waiting for it. There's other uses for that. Things like if you want to keep certain dog tags or certain items and you don't want them to turn in, you can do that with the locking feature. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. I'm hitting my P and L key right now, and if you look down here, you'll see these 2 icons kind of changing. That's pin and lock. So lock, you hit L. As you click, I'm just left clicking, it'll lock these items. And once an item's locked, you can't move it, you can't do anything with it, whereas pinned, I can. P, you click those, click them, that's how it works. Or you can do it right here. These 2 little buttons will pin and lock if you want to. Right now it's pinned, so if I hit that again, it unpins it and repins it. So there's your pin and lock. If an item is pinned and you move it, it stays pinned unless you put it on your character. I can't put that on my character. Can I put that on my character? Yeah, and then it loses its pinned status. So keep that in mind if you're moving stuff around. And like it said, if something's locked, like this is locked, you can still open up, you can still interact with it. You just can't move it or drag it on accident. I have everything pinned here versus locked because the locked kind of covers it and pinned shows it. Just personal preference. I could sort everything and everything here and everything down here would stay put and everything else in between would sort. So might change how you do your stashes. I'm rethinking how I do my stash now that I have these features. I might change things around a little bit. This is how I've run my stash for as long as I can remember. So that might change now that we have this feature. 2 other notes: pinned or locked items can be stored inside containers and their status is retained when the container is moved. So even if you lock an item in a container and you move it, it still maintains it. So like here, I'll just show you. I have these in here, right? These are all locked. If I move it, if I have a spot big enough to move it to, it won't hopefully unlock everything, because that'll suck, so I'll have to go back and do it, but it doesn't. See, there you go, everything stays even though I move the container around. That is that part of it. And then if a locked item inside a container, it cannot be deleted or moved from the stash of the inventory, and so this will apply to the container as well. Be careful trying to do stuff with this. I haven't seen anything happen yet but this has the potential for some pretty crazy back-end errors. I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen any yet. Good job, BSG. I fully expected that, but we didn't, so that's good. Next big item, weather seasons. I haven't had a chance to hit up every map yet. I've hit up interchange and customs, but basically the leaves have changed. It doesn't look like anything's thinner. The foliage is still just as thick, and it is all there, but there's more color, which means there's going to be more contrast. It will make players a little bit easier to see in certain situations, but the foliage is still pretty thick. They are going to add a late fall at a later date. I don't know what, I mean, we're already past fall, essentially. Late fall, I guess it depends on where you live, but I'm thinking here within the next month. And my guess is that they'll kind of keep the colors, but they'll thin the foliage. That's a guess, but we've got to have some progress between there and our winter weather, which we're going to get with the New Year's patch. And yes, there's a New Year's patch. Nikita basically confirmed that. We don't have a date, but he said New Year's patch like 4 times during Tarkov TV. So we can expect that, just like we usually do every year. Map to map travel had some zones adjusted. We haven't got through them all yet. I tried to get some of these for you, but they adjusted transition loads on certain locations. And then also this note here, now, after loading to the next location, players will appear as close as possible to the corresponding transition zone. So, haven't tested this yet. And I've only gotten little anecdotal information from people. But what this tells me, and the way I read this, is that when you transit from, like, let's say, interchange to customs, it's going to load you at that same area of the map, the same spawns near that transition. So theoretically, you could transit back and forth between maps really quick if you wanted to. So when you go from customs to factory, you're going to be by that transit point on factory. Or if you go from reserve to lighthouse, you're going to be somewhere by car, which means you're probably going to have that one spawn up on the mountains. That's how I'm reading this. If that applies to scavs, I'm not sure yet. I'll do more testing with this. I had a whole video worked up about transit locations. I'm glad I didn't do it yet because this kind of changes it. But the transit system is getting more work to it and more stuff, which is really interesting. It shows that this is probably going to be a big part of the game, especially once we get into the finished 1.0 game. Now for weapons, there's a lot here. First up, and probably the thing everybody was the most excited about, is we got the AA-12, the Auto Assault 12 Gen 1 and Gen 2 automatic shotguns. So this is right here, something any of us never thought we were going to get as an automatic shotgun. And I will tell you that they are underwhelming, but it's kind of what they are. You can shoot a semi-auto Saiga or a MP-153 or 155 faster than you can shoot these things full auto. They chug, you know, their fire rate, 330 rounds per minute. They don't rip. It's a bang, 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 bang. It's pretty slow. So the full auto isn't something crazy. On top of that, the recoil's pretty wild. I used them a little bit. I did some of the tasks associated with unlocking them, which we're talking about it, so I might as well show you that. Skier gives you 2 tasks to unlock these. So the first one is irresistible. You've got to get a weapon crate on interchange, hand that over. That weapon crate is in the 21WS Connex. It looks like a weapon box like you have for your stash. You have to pick that up, extract with it, and give it to him. And then you have to then you have to use any MPS assault auto shotgun and get 20 kills with anything. This includes zombies, so you can go to labs and get this done pretty easily if you want. Irresistible unlocks the ability to purchase the Gen 1 MPS auto assault, and the dangerous props gives you the ability to barter for the Gen 2. So right here is the purchase. Really expensive, as you can see, 120,000. I think this might come down eventually. I don't think this shotgun's broken. Could be wrong. We'll see. It is an open bolt design, technically, I guess. I haven't had one jam yet, and I've shot the shit out of them. And like, they not overheat, not jam up. I don't know if that's just a product. If it is, if it's actually an open bolt, the way it operates, I don't know. I'm not going to even mention to it, but I haven't any issues with it jamming. The primary difference between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 is the fact that you can put this little optic on the top. There might be some other changes I haven't got into yet specifically, but that's pretty much it. Their barrels are pretty much all interchangeable. All the different things that go along with that. The mags are all interchangeable. So that's the difference between the Gen 1. The Gen 2 is the nice fancy tan, and the AA-12. There is technically a third stock, and this is the one you get from doing the labs tasks. And I'll just show you that here real quick. I have it on my mannequin so that it doesn't vanish. But it's this fancy, oh no, where'd it go? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I hid it from myself. My labs one is right here, so I could show it off when I'm doing my videos. So yeah, here you go. It's got the labs laser etch on it. This is the one you get from doing the task. You can still get this stock. It is on the flea for like, I think 70 or 80,000 rubles. So it's not something super rare, I guess. Maybe it shows up, or maybe that's just people selling their stocks. Here, I'll show you here real quick. Terra Group 1, okay, 80, 90,000. That's just it right there. So those are the three, but there's only two actual bases for the model, the Gen 1 and Gen 2. With this, you have two magazines right now that can operate. You have the 8-rounder box mag, and then a 20-round drum. Box mags are cheap. They're easy to get. Drums are impossible to get. Found in raid only, I guess. As you can see, they're pretty expensive. There is no barter. There is no buy. I don't know if that's going to change to where we are right now. So yeah, 20 rounders, find them in raid, take them out because they're worth a ton. As far as attaching grips or anything, you can't do that. You can attach lights, but only to certain barrels. It's with this UTG, Universal Shotgun Barrel Mount piece here. It goes on the barrel. And interestingly enough, this thing is technically can hold 4 flashlights because this part goes on the barrel. And if you look here, that flashlight can go right into that guy. You got a barrel that's long enough, you'll have this thing here, you put that mount on, and then you can put 3 of anything you want, your usual assortment of flashlights and stuff. But this middle piece right here can actually hold that flashlight. So yes, you could technically put 4 flashlights on this thing, I guess. And if you're doing this, and it's gonna hurt my eyes even putting this on the screen. If you do something like that, I hope you've got a thermal on, because you're not going to see anything if you do something like that. But needless to say, you can do that. I just put a little laser on here, and that's how I was running it. Seemed to work just fine. You do you, whatever you want to do for it. But that's the AA-12 automatic shotgun, and you will see lots of them around Tarkov. Next up is the bipod mounts on more weapons. I haven't got through all of this because there is so much stuff, but like big ones, like one big one that I didn't like is I couldn't put a bipod on an AXMC. Let me just buy one here real quick and I'll show you. So now you can. You have to put a special mount piece on here, which of course this thing is hiding it to where I can't see it. AI Harris piece, and then you can put a Harris bipod on there, and now you can have a bipod. And that attachment is going to attach to various different parts, various different methods for lots of different rifles. So you're going to have to kind of hunt around, but there's going to be a way to put a bipod on lots of different guns now that you couldn't before. From there, we've got a bunch of changes to the SCAR G36 and AUG. So I bought all the parts so I could just visually show you guys what it would have. SCAR got the most love. These parts fit universally to both the 7.62 and the 5.56 SCAR, regardless of color. I just bought both of them so you could see it. So first up, we got a stock JMac stock adapter, and what this allows you to do is actually, maybe let's do this in the weapon build screen. So this takes the place of the entire buttstock of the SCAR. It goes on the end here. You can see you've got a Picatinny kind of rail now. And if you go in, you'll see that now you can put basically all the kind of SIG stock parts on there. So you can go to buffer tubes, all sorts of things that you can put on here now if you want for the SCAR. Mod to your heart's content. Apart from that, you can also now, there is for the UGG boot stock, because most people know it as that know what it is. You can pull this piece off and put on here. Let me use the other color so it stands out. A different piece, a different stock, and the stats are immensely better. Because if you look, you are negative 17% and plus 3 ergo. This is negative 23 and plus 10. So this is a substantial buff, if you will, to the stock, to the look of the SCAR. And then last but not least, if you take off the entire stock again, like you were going to use this piece, you can put on a straight buffer tube now that allows you to put on pretty much most M4 stocks. That is the SCAR changes at the back end. On the front end, we have a couple of new grips that can go on here. So I'll pull these sides and bottoms off, and you can see there it kind of makes it look ugly. So you can put on, you've got this PMM lower piece now. And what this allows you to do is attach parts via these Magpul attachments, or things like this, which I didn't even realize that was a part. I'm glad I see that. So we can put that on there now as well and get different looking extensions and grips from what we had in the past. On top of that, on top of these two pieces that we got, you know, you have the side rails here that do the same thing, that are either like a rubber guard that just gives you ergo and heat, or gives you actual rail mounts. So it's just some interesting customization options there. They also added the tan version of this piece, the MREX. It was only black before, but now you have the tan or FDE or whatever. What's the color? It's got some silly name, Patriot Brown kind of color to it, depending on the part piece. Additionally, we got these Kaz V Viltor handguards in tan and black, and you can see what they look like right there. But it's also got an extender piece that goes on to add the length. This is going to change based on your barrel length and what you put on the scar. And these attach with the Cas V mounts. You know, you got to go with the Viltor Cas Vs. That's how they are going to attach. So there you go. That's how everything you've got for the scar. Then we got the G36. So the G36 got a new stock, the IDZ adjustable stock, which has two different butt pads. Don't forget to put those on there if you're putting the stock on. One's like an ergo, one's of ergo focused. So, you know, it's 3 ergo, 1 recoil. This one's -3 recoil and 1 ergo. Pick your poison on how you want to do that. It just replaces the stock, nothing more crazy than that. But you also did get 2 handguards. The barrel combinations and stuff can kind of be weird here. I'll just take these off. But you can see that those go on there, and they're going to have their own barrel restrictions based on length and things like that. But some cool little changes. Stats aren't huge. The G36 is still kind of cruddy. I know some people love it. Use it if you like it. It is what it is. More parts. And then lastly is the AUG. We got a new AUG in black, which is kind of cool. I like it. I think that looks sweet. Having an all black AUG like that. It's an A3 as well. And then more importantly, we got a little handy dandy forward accessory rail mount that takes the place of the forward grip. You put that on there, and now you have tons of options for the front of your rifle. So you can put on all of these different rails. We could put an SI6 on there and then go with a CQR, which I don't think that's going to last, or maybe they're going to move it forward because it's super clippy, you know, because we can't wear a boonie hat and have headsets on. So why can we do this? I don't know. I want my fucking boonie back. But side rails, lights, the whole 9 yards. Pretty cool little attachment setup now that you can play around with on your AUG if you like the AUGs and you want some more options. So that is all of the weapon parts they added. Now for fixes, we're going to blow through these real quick. Fix the visual display artifact of water in factory cellars when using DLSS. Fix the weight display on the weapon build screen when switching from the flea market. Fix the soft lock when 2 players interact with a weapon in a container at the same time. Fix the number of geometry and texture issues on locations. Fix the inability to use items from containers when using weapon builds. Fix the display of the killer's name on the player's dog tag if the player was killed by a single bullet. This is the bug. Dog tag would say your buddy killed it, but then you get a raid and you killed it actually, and it was wrong. They fixed that, at least what we've seen. Hopefully it stays fixed. Fix player scavs appearing in random locations for a short time before spawning. This is that goofy, invisible looking spinning scav thing. So they fixed it for player scavs, but guess what? It still happens with players. I spawned late on factory today, and Liston actually saw me trying to spawn in, and as I was still waiting or syncing with players or something, and I was doing the crazy spinning invisible-ish, and then when I spawned in, I disappeared and spawned in. So cool. That's what that is, if you were wondering. And then they fixed AI aggression towards players inside the BTR. Okay, so for hidden things, game performance is rough. I don't know if it has to do with the Halloween event. I'm not sure if something they broke. I haven't had a chance to go change settings and figure out if there's anything weird yet, but the game is chugging a little bit slower and lower frames than it was yesterday, or at least the day before the patch. So keep that in mind. If you're noticing the game's not running as well, it's not just you. It seems like it's pretty much everybody. And this is pretty common with patches. Some performance things pop up. BSG irons them out. Sometimes they do it in a day. Sometimes it's a process and it gets a little bit better over a week or two as they get through and figure out what's going wrong and getting it ironed out. So we'll just have to wait and see there. Now on top of this, we got some woods changes. Let me pull up Reamer's Twitter because he does the best work with this. He revised his woods map. First up, we got a new extract down here by the Powerline Passage. This is the road that comes from like USEC camp if you're coming to like ZB14 and stuff. This is now a green flare extract. So you can extract over here using a green flare. So super cool. I think that's great. We need more flare green flare extracts on all the maps. And that is the one we got. Big thing to note is the factory co-op extract is no longer there. This is still a transit extract. This is still how you get to factory from woods, but the co-op extract was moved up to by Scav Bunker on the other side of the map, which is really awesome because it actually incentivizes using this, because there is no extracts really up here other than like car, right? Having a co-op extract up here for scavs will encourage players and scavs to work together because they can both get out right here, other than the fact that scavs have this extract too. So anyways, Friendship Bridges it's called, which I think is kind of funny, but it's a co-op extract now that has been moved up here for woods. In addition to that, there have been several geometry to topographical changes to woods, lots of little things all over the place, too many to mention. The big, if you were over here much, this beach line, for example, got a lot more cover and stuff on it. They made just little changes like that. And then this whole area over here that's out of bounds, it still is out of bounds, but it's essentially been added. Reamer thinks that they're prepping for the new woods area that Nikita talked about in Tarkov TV. We saw some pictures of it a while back, but this is it's going to be a depot kind of deal. This whole area is going to get added to woods, it looks like, for kind of like that railway depot. So that's kind of interesting. And that's all the specifics for the patch 15.5 notes and a little bit of extra stuff on top. Let's get into the Tarkov TV now and kind of burn through that pretty quick with the details that we got. We will include the full length of the Tarkov TV at the end of the video just to preserve it like we've been doing. If you want to watch it, go right ahead. You can watch through it there. It'll just be the full thing uncut. We might throw a couple of clips in here and there as I'm talking through it, but let's get through my notes here. First off, Arena Unity 2022. They're still having problems with it. Nikita said that they could have put it in this, but it would have broken a lot of things. And my guess is it would have really fucked up the Halloween event. And they've put a ton of work into this. And I'm betting that had a huge impact on why they didn't put Unity in, is they didn't want to fuck with the Halloween event and all the work they've done. It sounds like it's still not stable and they're not happy with it. So the Unity update has been essentially pushed to the next patch. Yes, I know we've been hearing about Unity getting upgraded since like 2023 over. In fact, it's longer than that. I want to say it's been 1.5 or 2 years. It's been a while and they keep pushing it. The difference is now it's finally in the ETS, and it has been for a while, back and forth. And I can say that I'm not breaking any rules. They tweeted it out and said it was there. And so they got to work through it, I guess, and get it working. It's above my knowledge on game engines and what the problems. I know it's not easy. I know there's lots of problems with it, and Unity can cause things to screw up. But beyond that, I'm not sure. So fingers crossed that we'll get Unity with the New Year's patch. I will say though, I think people are too spooled up and too worried about it. I don't mind telling you guys about it because I know you want to know about it. But everybody's expectations, like it's some kind of big fix for the game, is just not how it's going to work. This is good. I don't want them to give us Unity and then it just breaks the game, which has happened in the past with Unity updates. We don't want that. So we just kind of have to be patient and wait and see what we get. I'll actually open up the roadmap for a little bit of this because Nikita talked about patch 2.22 for Arena, which is a big patch. It was one we were supposed to get like a month and a half ago, I guess, unless I misunderstood what they told us at TwitchCon. But this patch is going to give us quite a few things. The new location, which is the kind of castle location, which is really cool. It's going to be an awesome location to add. It's going to be a new game mode, which looks like it's going to be domination. Nikita said conquest a few things, but it's not conquest, I don't think anyways. It looked more like domination to me. We got to see a little bit of gameplay of it. Looks cool. I really like domination. I think it's going to be a nice new dynamic, a new game mode that's fun to add to Arena. With that, we're going to get a new grenade. Basically what he said is the new grenade is Tarkov's current grenades are too powerful, and they understand that. You know what grenade spam feels like? It sucks just getting blown up in the first 5 seconds of a match and then watching, and it just sucks. So the new grenade is a version of the V40, I think is what he explained it as. Basically it's a mini grenade. If you've played Battlefield, it's the same one that's in there. It's like the size of a golf ball. It doesn't sound like it's going to do full damage, or its blast radius isn't as big or whatever. I don't know if like you hit somebody with it, it's still going to kill them. All those details are still to be remained, but we did get some views of it. And I'm sitting here talking about it when I could pull up a picture. Here's what it looks like right here. Just cute little itty bitty thing. Sounded like they might have a second one coming. They are also going to add a smoke grenade specifically for Arena. Both of these will be coming to Tarkov, he said. But they're adding the smoke grenade, which it's a yellow smoke. It works. As you can see, it provides cover. It acts quickly. Great addition. It was something I was talking about that would be nice for them to add. It looks like they're going to add it and make this a pretty cool little useful tool for the objective game modes. We didn't get a date on this patch, or at least if he said it, I didn't hear it. We didn't get any time for this. I'm guessing soon, soon TM. If we hear any more, I'll make sure to let you guys know on timing for that. They also mentioned for Arena that we were going to be getting some Arena achievements, which is great. So think achievement system, just like Tarkov, but for Arena. There's going to be a new MVP animation, and I can pull that up for you real quick. So basically at the end of the match, little thing's going to pop up for the MVP. Some people are going to be like, oh, who cares? Just little details like this, as they get more and more of them get added, make the game better. You know, it'll show you freaking what they did, show them their score. It's a good little addition to the end of the match, I think, instead of just that standard screen. I like it. This patch will also fix the synchronization issues with between EFT and Arena. You know, where you can't right now, you can't do any of the ref tasks that require the both, and finalize the synchronization issues. Hopefully those will all be fixed and it'll be working like it's supposed to again. Okay, now for the next little bit, a lot of it got muddled together. Obviously, we're not seeing a lot of this stuff. Nikita wasn't super clear at first about what was going to be in the next patch in Christmas, what's going to come between now and Christmas. You know, because we got patch, we got 15.5 and then patch 16 is going to be soon to Christmas. I'm expecting to see patches in the middle here. I don't know if we're going to get new content with those or if all this content is going to come to the back end. So keep that in mind. A lot of this stuff is up in the air because Nikita wasn't 100% clear about it. So first up is the MCX rework. The MCX is one of the older guns. I'm sorry, the MPX. I always say the MCX. The MPX is getting a rework. And it's one of the older weapons in the game. So the parts are kind of, they update the parts. And when they do this, the guys that do these renders, this stuff's like gun porn practically. It's crazy. It's super cool. I wish I could make my guns look like this in real life. But all the parts are going to get updated, better textures, things like that. Some new parts, it looks like. Maybe the stuff will fold finally. We'll see how they're going to deal with that. But that's coming. We're also going to get a series of beta mags, as these are called. This is a 5.56, so this is a 100-round drum. They're heavy. They're obnoxious to shoot. They tend to jam. They're not great, but people are going to love them. This is a 100-round drum mag. It looks like they're also going to be adding one for the Uzi as well. Now, if this is going to go into the micro Uzi, I do not know. Those are that use them, you know, you can use the 50 round in the regular Uzi, but you can't use the 50 round in the micro. I don't know enough personally about the Uzis of why that is. I don't know if that's a balance thing they in BSG or if mechanically they are different enough that the mags aren't 100% interchangeable. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to be with, but we do have a 100-round beta drum coming for the Uzi as well, which is kind of funny. Now, both of those parts are pretty sure, though, we don't have them now, so I'm pretty sure those are going to be in the New Year's patch. This is going to be New Year's patch. He did say that. Don't freak out. I know everybody's going to spaz out about the freaking them adding rocket launchers, but everybody did about the grenade launchers, and they don't really break the game either. But it really depends on what they're going to do with these. Now, they ended up going with the single-use RPGs. These are the equivalent of the American Armed Forces AT-4. Basically, it's a tube. You fire it, you throw the tube away. It doesn't reload, anything like that. If they only give us like anti-vehicle versions of these, it's going to be for taking out the BTR, I assume, or maybe some other objective stuff that does eventually happen in the game. They might be effective against people, but not really. I'm excited. I think that these are going to kind of be cool, you know, especially if you can use them to, you know, kind of clear rats hiding in buildings. Yes, I know I do that, but it's nice to be able to counter it. It makes things more interesting. I would chuckle my ass off if I'm sniping at somebody and all of a sudden an RPG comes flying in the window to get rid of me. I think that would be funny. I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be a cool addition to the game. I'm interested to see how they implement it and where it goes. Now, this one is something I didn't expect to see. These kind of look like artist renditions, not final products, but this is the Prestige system. This is coming in New Year's. I didn't expect to see the Prestige system until we got to 1.0 sometime next year. And the next year. So seeing this in December is pretty cool. I'm super stoked to see them making changes to dog tags. It's one of my favorite things I loved about Battlefield, Bad Company and stuff like that, was being able to collect special dog tags, you know, ones that had special symbols on them, all that kind of stuff. Looks like we're going to be getting things like that. We didn't get a ton of detail about the Prestige system, but it's nice to see some pictures like this. Something to look forward to in December for sure, or January, I guess. Okay, now this is a big one. This is one that they kind of told us about at TwitchCon, but didn't want us to say anything because they wanted to wait till Tarkov TV to talk about it. But Customs is getting a huge rework, and this is going to change some buildings. This is going to change a lot of textures. It's going to change little things about the map. For example, think about how Factory changed, right? It's going to be the same kind of deal. Like, for example, this is like one of the bunker entrances. My guess is this is either ZB what is that, 10 or 11 or 11 or 12, one of those two. But you can see how much bigger this bunker is versus the tiny little narrow deal. So substantially changing, along with maybe more interconnection with bunkers, you know, kind of get, and I'm scared to say this, but if we got somewhat of a kind of a D2 system like Reserve did, but you get it on customs, I really hope not, because D2 did really, I hate to admit this, but adding the underground ruined Reserve, or at least it made it a lot less fun, in my opinion, from what it was before. But there's a lot of stuff here in these photos. This whole building that we can't, this is the building that Sniper Scav sits on. You know, there's Fortress over here. We're going to be able to go inside this now, which really changes how you move around the map. That this building is going to be enterable. And, you know, you got all these I guess they're big fan HVAC systems. I'm not quite sure what those are. Air pump kind of things. But it greatly changes this whole area that is considered elbow and how you can get in and around there and move around. Again, that was the underground one I showed you. This to me looks like it might be Shortcut. I'm not 100% sure. This could be a new building, but it is a new area. You know, you got some lootable stuff there. It might be this building too, but this is Military Shortcut. Just changing how things kind of look with customs, and then more undergroundish kind of showing areas, kind of around the factory area. Not sure exactly where this is. It might be that same building, but this is all underground. So a lot more space to customs is being added, which is really interesting. So yeah, customs, big, huge customs overhaul coming in December. Next up is the Seiko TRG M10 in 338 Lapua. This is going to be really interesting. This is a cool rifle system. Short barrels, obviously different barrel lengths. I'm sure the suppressors, you're going to have a lot of options on suppressors. But in 338 Lapua, pretty exciting, cool weapon. I'm excited for it. It's going to be nice to have another 338 Lapua that is more ergo-centric. Like the AXMC is just a monster. It'll be nice to have a 338 Lapua bolt action that isn't quite as unwieldy, I would say, as the AXMC is. So some pretty cool images here. That is also coming in December. I know this is one that a lot of the community went nuts over. I did. We're getting winter camos, so this is going to make the winter season that much better. This isn't everything. There's lots of stuff. Nikita made it sound like, you know, it's going to be multiple sets of clothes, and this is a backpack, but multiple sets of backpack and gear. So I think rigs, helmets, all that kind of stuff. I'm wondering how much of it we're going to get, but it looks like we're going to be getting some of the snow camouflage stuff, which I think is a super good thing. Super excited. This is awesome. Cool changes. Okay, now we'll save the I guess we saved the worst for last. I don't know. I really don't know what to think about this yet. My first thought when I saw this is you, when you watch, is just you, because it reminds me of the old Tarkov. It's not the same as the old Tarkov system, and according to Nikita, the mechanical recoil is the exact same. They didn't actually change the recoil. This is just a change to camera to make the guns feel more like they're being shot. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't look good right now, but these are really unmodified weapons. This isn't in the game. And interestingly enough, there was so much pushback in chat when this happened, and there's been quite a lot on social media. It's the first time that I've ever really seen Nikita get visibly angry and fed up. And he did it right at the end of the Tarkov TV. And I don't think it was staged. I don't think it was like set up or anything like that.
People say like no, and it's bad. I don't know why. We just added this like additional rotation, that's it. Guys, what the fuck? Like basically we didn't change the recoil, come on. We didn't change the recoil, we just added some of this, you know, like things, like, okay, fuck it. Okay, we won't do it, okay. Motion sick, blah, 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 blah. Что за херня, блядь, происходит, я не понимаю.
I think he was genuinely upset by the immediate pushback by this, which it is what it is. You can take it out as. I am not going to have any judgment on this until we get it in our hands and we can actually see what it means, because he says that the recoil doesn't change the actual mechanic, that it's just changing the visual side of it. But it doesn't matter if they change the visual side of it and it feels like crap. You know what I mean? So again, we just have to wait until I'm not going to say anything about it until I get my hands on it. Great opportunity for them to put it on the ETS and get feedback, I think, and hopefully tell us what they're trying to achieve, so we as a community can help them achieve that in a way that doesn't make everybody freak out like they did over this. So we'll just have to wait and see. This recoil change is not in the game. At least I don't think it is. We don't know when it's going to get added. I'm assuming December. I don't know if it's going to hit the ETS. All of that's guesses. It's just hopefulness. Now, there was a couple of things he mentioned. We don't have any pictures to show. Things that are coming is uninterrupted healing of all body parts. So, you know, like when you get like a heavy bleed and you've got like 84 and 34 and, you know, 52 and, you know, you've got a bunch of limbs and it takes you forever to heal everything, 2 or 3 hit points. They're going to add a system where it's uninterrupted healing. And this is really going to make some of these different healing items shine, especially things like grizzlies. We'll see if they change it. But for like example, a grizzly, I don't know what its max is, but it can heal like 100 units. I think a Salewa is 80. I'm guessing because I don't want to go pull up the wiki, but and then like AFAX and IFAX are 50 along with AI2s, and car med kits can only heal 50 hit points. So, you know, if you're missing 100 hit points over 5 body parts and you use a grizzly, you'll be able to heal all of those through one animation, which I think is a great change. It's one we asked for. I think they didn't do it because it wasn't, I'm just guessing too much there. We never had it. We're getting it now. I think it's a great change. It's a huge quality of life. It makes the game more playable. We're also going to be getting more detailed post-raid stats. That's all he said. Does that mean we're going to be getting kill cams? Does that mean we're going to be getting the little raid picture he's talked about? I don't know. Does it mean we're just going to get more numbers on the screen? Sure, that's great. Problem is right now, I don't trust those numbers. I've been seeing lots of weird stuff happen this wipe with those post-raid screens. It just doesn't make any sense. Things with hits and damage done and stuff like that. How you died. That stuff seems to be kind of buggy right now. And personally to me, stuff doesn't seem right. So getting more information is good, but that information has to be accurate, right? So we'll see. That's going to be coming in December as well. Next up is going to be booby trapping containers and dead bodies. So we are getting expansion to that. It wasn't a misspeak from Nikita earlier this year. I don't know if you're going to use tripwires to do it, if it's going to be another mechanic, but you're going to be able to booby trap containers and you're going to be able to booby trap bodies. And that is going to be part of Partisan's mechanics as well. Nikita did say that he's going to do that. Wasn't in yet. Baby steps, I guess, with the trap system. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out, how you're going to get around it, how they game mechanic that, so that you can't just like open a container, it instantly explodes. There's got to be some kind of mechanic that allows you to disarm it, get away from it, whatever it might be. We also got the general tech and audio improvements and optimizations talk, which we get that with every patch. Some better than others. Again, the recoil rework. We're gonna have to wait and see how that pans out. We have no idea how that's gonna pan out yet. And that is pretty much all of it. There was one little bit, if you guys want to go watch it and you didn't, it's on YouTube. But they included this is the little skit that they did right at the end to when they took Nikita out. This is how they added the zombies. It's a little short film kind of deal. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. There's probably some lore involved with it eventually, and we might see more of them. Just a cool little clip. BSG does pretty good work with their filming and their cosplay or their LARPing, whatever you want to call it. But I drug this out. I'm exhausted. I need to get to bed, and I still have another video to make. So we're gonna wrap her up there. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope I got the information you needed. I didn't screw anything up. I probably did. It is what it is. We'll fix it if we have to. As always, I thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we get some better news on some of this other stuff and they get some of the bugs fixed, and I can update you guys on that. I expect we're going to see more stuff with the Halloween event. It isn't over. It's going to be probably daily, more and more stuff coming out. They didn't put all this together for 2 tasks, I can promise you that. So we'll just have to see where it goes and what we get out of it. Signing off, wish you guys the best of luck in your raids as always, and we'll see you in Tarkov.
Hello, check. Can you hear me?
Что, уже все, что ли?
Прикинь, а киноаппарат можно отключить? Мне кажется, он не нужен нам. Projectors. Yes, thank you very much. All right. Окей.
Let's go.
Окей. Закрывайте нас. Okay, everybody is online. It's me, Nikitka, and Damir Curse. Yes, we here. And as always, it's been a long time till the last Tarkov TV live. And first of all, as always, I will say one simple thing that simple dimple thing that it will be in English, but of course I will switch to Russian for some really important reasons, or not. So yeah, посмотрим. So today, right now we are updating the game, and yeah, that's the reason we actually started this Tarkov TV live. So very wonderful to see you guys in the chats and everything. So hello, and today, as always, we will say some things, show some materials and stuff, and overall we will just say and like just update you on everything what is going on right now in the studio and everything, our plans, blah blah blah. Okay, is the audio all right? The video all right? Is it going? Is it live? Chat is going too fast. Все хорошо, ребята. Звук там, качество картиночки, вот это вот, изображений нормальный? Yes, okay, all good. Okay, fantastic. So, I have a book of secrets, and yeah, let's start. So Damirko over there is preparing something to show you. I believe it will be something related to Arena. So right now he kinda setting his character, his presets and everything. And
Да, раньше же нельзя было подготовиться, да?
да, кстати. A little juice time during live juice time, I think so. So this year was big already because we have a lot of events, and shout out to those who participated in those events, like in Tokyo, in the US. Like it was pretty big, and unfortunately I wasn't in Tokyo, but the guys love it, and it was pretty cool. And yeah, it was massive, and I think we will continue to do such events, and because it's always a good thing just to meet you guys and show something good and just hang out. So yeah. Also, it was Game Force events in Belgium and Netherlands. Also, like, it was pretty cool. And yeah, as I mentioned, the Tokyo show was the biggest that we had this year. And I believe we have some kind of materials already published about it. Huge amount of love we got there, and it was really cool too. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, and the next year 100% I will be there. And like there we actually got a lot of messages regarding the merch shop and everything, and right now we're working on the new merch shop, and it will be available pretty soon. It will be we'll have a lot of custom things in there. Some of them you saw on the Tokyo, like special edition, limited edition merch and everything. So yeah, next year will be full of events too. And starting with stuff that we want to show you. So this particular stream, this Tarkov TV live, we want to have promo codes. Sorry for that. So if you're waiting for the promo codes, there won't be promo codes. Why, Damirka? Why we don't have promo codes this stream?
Ибо нет.
Ибо нефиг. Вот. Okay, what to show? So we have something regarding Arena. Let's start from Arena stuff. So first of all, there will be patch 0.2.2, and it will consist of the new location called the Fort. We actually had an opportunity to try it on events in US and Tokyo, and yeah, we finalized it, we polished it, and I have a screenshot of this location. Okay, I need to find it. Arena. Oh, this is. I think it's the most anticipated and the most welcome map actually for Arena. People who played it said that it's well balanced, like the most balanced map for Arena now, and yeah, it's just a cool thing. Actually, based from the real place. Демирка, ты играл в эту локацию?
Да. Первую итерацию мы играли в Токио. Было нормально. Все хвалят локацию. Левел дизайнеры у нас прям.
So yeah,
Arena,
big thanks to our level designers and environment artists for Arena, because they do their job pretty well. And yeah, this location will be available for the nearest patch that we will have for Arena. Что-то дофига скриншотов на самом деле. Это уже по кругу, да, пошло? And also there will be new checkpoint game mode. It's 5 versus 5 team deathmatch with capturing and holding 2 objective points. And I believe we will show you the gameplay for that particular game mode. Мы же сейчас покажем, да, как раз это?
Да.
Это первое, что мы показывать будем.
Ну, можем, да, поиграть. Я могу поиграть.
Okay.
Я учился.
Okay. So the Mirka kinda trained for that, and let's switch to this. Как, кстати, он не дает не переключиться, смотри.
Там какая-то кнопка должна быть.
А видишь, тут как вот, что? Видишь, все никак.
А все получается.
Получается, все, выключаем
Всё,
стрим.
пока-пока.
А что такое реально? Как мне? Потрясающе.
Что-то обновился.
Не переключается. We have technical problems. I cannot switch to the full screen mode and in the gaming mode because the button is grayed out and I don't know what to do. We can actually end the stream with this moment, right? Thank you very much. До свидания. До свидания. Ну а что делать вот реально? Ну она серая стала. Вот реально, что делать?
Говно. Настройки.
Да. Позовите Гарфилда, пожалуйста.
Или кого-нибудь.
Или кого-нибудь. У нас не переключается ни хера. Говна пирога у нас случилось. У меня все засерено, видишь, мне не переключается. И чё? Она теперь будет так переключаться?
Сейчас прикинь, что там.
Okay. It's working. Let's switch it to this thing. Okay, so we will be playing. Sorry for that. We will be playing a new gameplay mode called Checkpoint for Arena, and I believe we're ready. We ready?
Yes?
Do we have sound from your PC?
Наверное.
It seems like there is no sound from your. Like,
Ну, потому что тут без музыки. Там должен быть таймер слышно. Пик. И сейчас начнем.
Game PC, Stream PC sound. Окей. Ну, ошибки-то не показывает.
Не буду.
У нас же ошибок нет вообще-то в игре, никаких багов и читеров. Алло. Ну и так тоже не надо делать, пожалуйста. Ты слишком сильно будешь его крутить, у нас игра вылетит. Да. У меня такое ощущение, что звук у нас не идет с твоего компа.
Просто нет музыки.
Да?
Музыка off, да.
Окей,
Потом
ладно.
говори что-нибудь
Ладно.
смешное.
Хорошо.
Пока идет запуск.
Хорошо.
Как дела?
Хорошо.
Как здоровье?
Могло быть и лучше.
Занимайся.
Я занимаюсь. Давайте,
Ваше здоровье.
давайте выпьем сока за здоровье. Okay, so a small thing regarding the update that we are pushing on right now. It won't have the Unity 2022 update. It's because of technical stuff that still needs to be polished. Sorry for that. And we will try to push this update, Unity update, in the New Year's update. Because right now we got overwhelmed with everything. And even if it's ready, the Unity 2022 update, we decided not to push it because it actually can lead to additional problems, and you will actually understand why we did that today for sure. And yeah, sorry for that. And it's, even if it was like the roadmap and everything, it's still a thing that could happen. We just like, it's way better to move things from the plan to avoid additional problems that we can have. And you know that it is not a simple task to actually develop Escape from Tarkov with all of this complexity and with all these things that actually touches the base of the game. And the Unity 2022 update touches a lot of basic things, and it's kinda scary to run it. Хватит показывать ошибки.
Их нет.
У нас нет ошибок. Нет, у нас все пофикшено.
Я вот только что пофиксил.
Что в бокале? В бокале сок. As far as we waiting for the map, it will be on a new map. Oh, it will be on a new map and a new game mode, right?
Yes.
What can I say? What can I say more? I will say something. But for now, we will just wait and hope that Damirko will be playing pretty good, because otherwise his salary will be cut in half.
Я ничего не понял, ну ладно. Ой, началось. Сейчас давайте, заберите у меня всех моих любимых.
What is my favorite part about Arena? The customization and everything. It's so like excessive, and you can basically do a lot of things with your character, with your presets, like weapons and everything. It's super
Новый
cool.
режим,
Super.
чекпоинт.
Okay, the new game mode, let's go.
А звук есть или звук есть?
Нет. Я не вижу, что геймписи
Нет,
звук идет.
есть, подожди, ничего не говори.
Но я вот в стриме не вижу, что звук идет. Guys, sorry, do we have sound from the stream right now? From the stream, like sound from the game.
Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй.
It's quiet, говорят, очень тихо.
Ну, зовите опять человечка, который нам включит звук. Почему не включили? Я не знаю. Опа.
Окей. Человечек какой-нибудь, подойдите к нам, пожалуйста. У нас звук со стрима практически не слышно. Именно звук стримерского компа. Не стримерского, вот этого. Игра.
Это вал. Перегрел.
Okay, guys, we'll try to fix it. Sorry. It was pretty hasty because we like
Подожди.
usually we don't have such problems for the streams. Чё?
Нет, все хорошо. Главное звук, чтобы включили. Да, все хорошо. Только убивает там. Точка
Звук со
захватили.
стримерского.
PC Sound.
Где?
Вот тут ползуночек, средний, третий.
Вот это? Какой?
Вон на пульте. PC Sound.
Где?
Свой,
Третья.
бля.
Третья.
Вот это?
Выше.
Вот это?
Не,
вот это?
Вот это, да. Чуть-чуть прибавить его. Это игровой.
Okay, is it better? Okay, nice.
Найс. Свои, брат. Не стреляй.
Дамирка Шредс.
Кто?
Шредс? Не Шрек, а Шредс. Что, кстати... хотя ладно.
Красный все. Мистер Подлик за меня играет. Вот точка С, смотри. О, бежим, а там точка С будет. Вот она. Я стал бежать.
Okay, so you need to capture objectives at different points, and it's like a conquest, tactical conquest or something.
Тут. Сейчас тут будет ёбка жесткая. Вот там убивал. ППШ, ничего себе. Ладно. БЦ. Давай, сука, давай. Сейчас чуваки с арены смотрят такие, блин, мы хотим тоже. На самом деле нет.
Actually,
Иди ты нахуй.
I believe... Что ты ругаешься, не понял? Ну, что-то запрещено ругаться. У нас family-friendly стрим. Алло. Actually, I believe you guys still can play Arena right now, because when we have an update right now for EFT. Arena is live and you can play it just in case, but the update will be finished pretty soon, so let's wait for it.
Упал. Тут. Мистер Пудлик, убивайся.
А сколько мы будем вообще так играть? Пока не закончим?
Тут таймер есть, 15 минут вроде.
Ага.
И до 1000 очков.
Ой, а вы могли как-то поменьше сделать вот условия?
Ну ты же можешь выключить меня и все. Не играет.
Выключить? Прикольно.
Патроны. Ты лох, что ли?
Ой-ой-ой, тут столько всего. There is a lot of things
Не
in this
убивай.
special book.
Кто меня убьет, тот лох. Нормально придумал?
Че, раунд закончился?
Нет. Я умер, я респаунюсь. Вот я побежал. Надо точку А захватить. Привет, КВМ. Волшебная кнопка.
Я помню, дерево где-то здесь было. Оно очень криво смотрелось на фоне неба. Видимо, убрали его.
Красно хватили.
Молодцы, молодцы. Good work. Damirka is playing this marvelous new game mode on this marvelous new location. I will tell a little bit more about additions for Arena, and also not for Arena, for the AFT. Also, for example, Arena will have new grenades, because current EFT grenades, they're too powerful. We decided to add something less powerful in terms of grenade, and you can Google the grenade V40. It's something like this. It's really small grenade. We actually had a screenshot of that, but the guys did it even smaller, like this or something. And it actually we decided to remove this screenshot. Можно я скажу, блядь, слова какие-нибудь, пожалуйста? Давай играем.
Говори слова, я
Игра давай, блядь!
Я у меня патроны!
Игра давай, блядь!
Убейте меня! У меня нет патронов!
So V40 grenade, it's really small grenade, and it will add it in EFT too, and also for Arena and for the EFT eventually, we add in M18 yellow smoke grenade. It will be different. So the smoke propagation that grenade will be much thicker and faster, and we will add it to the EFT too.
Убейте меня, убей меня!
Потише, да, я про новинки расскажу, Лен, пожалуйста.
А?
Про новинки я рассказываю. Я сейчас на самом деле говорю, а ты тоже
А я
говоришь.
играю.
Ну ты потише.
Все, сейчас.
Also, Arena will have their own achievement system, a lot of achievements over there. Also, we will have some pretty cool feature called Most Valuable Player MVP, and I actually have the animations for that. I will show it a bit later. Like, pretty neat addition. And this upcoming Arena patch will have the fix for the problems with task synchronization between EFT and Arena, and add additional closing synchronization. Add closing synchronization. So we will synchronize them between the games. I think we're good. I think it's enough for you to play in the game. You failed.
Все, не понравилось?
Damirka, you failed. Your performance was too low.
Я хорошо играю, стараюсь.
%% packet loss. У нас, кстати, он packet loss, видишь, в углу висит. Не, ну вообще нормально убивает. Damirka playing actually is not bad. It's not bad. And the visuals actually, like, they're good. I like the new location and everything, and all of this. I think it's still the Arena, but all this EFT mechanics, it's something. Like. Сколько вам еще осталось играть?
А?
Сколько вам еще осталось играть?
Что еще, что?
Все, короче, пока.
Я в наушниках. я не
Давай,
слышу.
все, до свидания, короче.
Офай нахуй.
Все, вырубаем. Окей. Можешь не напрягаться, все. А мы что-то еще хотели показывать варенье? Они
Больше
хотели.
ничего не сделали.
А маленькую гранатку?
Ну, это в другом режиме.
Да? Она такая вот там.
Она
такая маленькая. Да. Okay, so I have animation for most valuable player. I don't know why, but they said like, show it. It's pretty cool. Шт. А там звук есть?
Молодец.
Молодец, боец. So yeah, we're working on many different things, not only for EFT but for Arena also, and that is how it will be. And a last thing that I want to show you about Arena, it's we have Cup series for Arena, and we have a teaser for that. It's November 7. There will be a new tournament, so there will be like our partners will be there and everything. So go watch, and I have this like short teaser for that. Где он? Вот он.
Connector facing 3 members of the opposing team. Hard gets 1, Hard gets 2, and tells me to Axel though. Oh my days! Teos with a jump shot in sec!
Oh, so now the point capture?
BP on the point. FMX is going to get some support from Magic, but then gets taken out. Romzo with the discuss.
Okay, that was like a short presentation about what's going on in Arena right now, and let's talk about EFT.
Рассказал бы тебе, что происходит в арене сейчас.
Let's talk about EFT, and so the patch 0.15.5.0 we're releasing in during that moment, during this podcast. And there's lots of things over there. So first of all, we have interaction during the matchmaking. So you will be able to actually do some things during the matchmaking, like limited inventory management, like move and sort items in stash, add offers on the flea market, view information on the character task, skills and achievements. And we added the ability to view the equipment and the health status of your players in your group while matching. This feature applies to scavs as well. So at least we added something for you guys to... Как сказать по-английски?
Нашел кого спросить.
To do something during the matchmaking. And it will be available in this patch that we are making right now. Not making, uploading right now. So, what else? New weapons. Let's show the first weapon that we added. Basically, it's the only weapon we added in this patch. Yes.
Зато какой.
Yes. Terra Group Labs Edition of AA12. А?
Вкусно.
Очень вкусно. Вообще, очень вкусно. Сколько патронов, да? Ух, красиво. Guys, for those who still thinks that our weapons department modeling team don't know how to do things, look, like there is a lot of things over there, the details
Скриншот показывает,
and
что
everything.
разобрали, а собрать не смогли.
Yes. And it will be fully automatic. Fully automatic A12. Yeah, you can quit the game right now. So yeah, we're done. It's finished. Yeah. It will break the balance. It will break everything in EFT. Totally. Yeah. Ну, красиво. Very beautiful. Very definitive.
Нет,
Very
скриншоты
good.
делать умеем.
Скриншоты мы умеем делать, согласен. Мне нравится вот этот Tarkov Labs Edition. Вот это просто... Уф! Просто. Бэйба! Так.
А это намек на скинчики на пушке, да? Тут наклеечка.
Да-да-да. За 250 бачей будем
Стикеры,
продавать.
стикеры продавать.
За 250 бачей будет скины будем продавать. Так. Вопрос у меня следующего характера. The question is, will we have new MCX and drum magazine in this patch, or it's a long, like it's waited for New Year's patch?
Мне кажется, New Year's.
New Year's patch, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the question. So I have screenshots of this thing. It's remodeled MCX, and I believe it will be for the next patch, but it's basically done. Also, yeah, we know how to do screenshots for sure. It's not the screenshots, it's renders. And yeah, finally. Another reason for you guys to quit the game. Everything will be broken in terms of balance for sure.
Вот, смотри. Можем показать.
Ну-ка, возьми в руки. Она реально малюська. Не, ну это капец. Ну это барбисайская. Давай я покажу. So, guys, we have...
Ну это ИРЛ, ну такая, ну была же она.
она больше должна быть. Guys, this V40 grenade, look at the size of it. It's a bit smaller than it needs to be. Sorry for that. We will increase it, I think, at 5 or 7%. But it looked like basically some kind of...
А еще смотри, что есть.
Okay, this...
Варенье. Знаешь, сколько ждали? Чтобы вот так вот кинул, и
Так.
ты такой,
Так.
у-ля-ля,
Так,
и
так.
оно дымит, брат. И там все. И оттуда не видно, что происходит, ты ждешь только отсюда, понимаешь?
Да.
Это тактическая игра сразу меняется, брат. Можно нормально, у-ля-ля.
Ой, FPS проседает всего лишь на 40%. Очень хорошо.
Да.
И,
Тут еще
и еще и светится в индорах. Мне нравится, мне нравится. Пожалуй, переключу. Okay, sorry, let's continue on the MCX. So maybe I missed something. So the MCX drum mag, the drum mag 9mm drum mag 2, I believe it's for Uzi. Yes, 100 rounds Uzi drum magazine, and new MCX basically. Okay, okay. What else is new for this patch that we are uploading right now? So finally, we'll add in the feature called the pinning items in stash. Added the pin and lock functions for items. So, pin feature, how we call it. Pinned items don't get auto-sorted, but you can move them manually. You can pin an item in the following ways. Through the right-click context menu, through the pinning mode, which is activated by clicking the icon in the stash, by pressing the P hotkey, which will be changed in the setting. The pinned status is lost when you move an item into inventory or start a raid. Inventory, I mean the player character inventory. So yeah, this feature will be available in this patch. Also, the lock feature. Locked items cannot be deleted, sold, moved, or used, except for opening containers. Locking prevents items from being used in crafting, upgrades, selling, bartering, or being used in the weapon builds. You can lock an item in the following ways. Through the right-click context menu, through the locking mode, which is activated by clicking the icon in the stash, by pressing the L hotkey, which can be changed in the settings. And the container interaction feature. Pinned or locked items can be stored inside containers, and their status is retained when the container is moved. If a locked item is inside of a container, it cannot be deleted or moved from the stash to the inventory. So basically, some of this, you know, quality of life, convenient things for you to manage your stash. Наконец-то. Also, another pretty interesting change for the game is achievement rewards. Certain achievements will now have rewards. These rewards will not disappear with the global or personal vibe through the website. Items received for achievements are sent through the in-game message with unlimited storage time. Players who have earned multiple achievements in the Tarkov mystery event will receive rewards for each achievement. You can view achievement rewards by hovering over the achievement icons on the character screen. So finally, if you received the item, for example, I believe it will be the tracksuit, killer tracksuit, it will stay, and you won't need to actually do the same quest every single wipe. Thank you, BSG.
Файно.
У меня кончился сок.
Запрашиваю еще.
I think this is the... Вот на самом деле, если мы сейчас будем делать just time,
Перерыв ты имеешь в виду?
первый или второй. Шашлыки неси, бай-май, бля. Так, I have more things to say and show, but most of them actually about the New Year's patch. So the New Year's patch will be huge, but at least something we can show to you guys. And okay, what can I show you? How about this fucking guy?
О-ля-ля!
Huh? What's this? What's this? What the hell? Oh my god!
Может, не надо?
Отменяем.
Все такие, no, 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 no. А улач будет рикошетить?
Очки вот эти вот. НПП класс будут рикошетить. So we added the RPG. So we decided at first we thought that we will add RPG 7 with a different ammunition to that. So to combat the APC and have anti-personnel projectiles too. But we decided that better make this single-use RPG 26 to have the same functionality. So yeah. So 0.16 patch, New Year's patch. It will be big, really big, and it should, but not definitely. But it's really close to that. It will include this infamous Unity 2022 update. Because again, we have this like a lot of technical issues. We decided not to put it right now because otherwise there is a high chance that we will have a lot of issues with it. So the New Year's update will have character prestige system. So it's pretty big system actually. I have only one, not screenshot, but the art related to that. So after reaching certain conditions, level, quest, you can reset the character's progress for various bonuses. So different kind of bonuses that we will achieve, like dog tags, achievements, clothing, melee weapons, special containers even, main menu background, new character hats, voice, armbands, collectible figurines, etc. And there will be 10 prestige levels. And yeah, we will start from, like not from all the 10, but the first 2. So we plan to add functionality and the content for you guys who like decided to start all over again after the completion of the game, of course. And you will receive these levels, receive these prestige things. And it's only available for PvP, not for PvE, only PvP thing. So we will have customs location rework. I have a screenshot for that too. Some of the new areas for the customs. So it will be totally reworked. So even old areas of the customs will be reworked too. So it's work in progress right now. And you will see we added additional explorable buildings on the territory of factory. This building. You all, guys, I know that you all love the new factory location. So we will use the same approach that we did for factory, and we will make the customs like super nice with all this, you know, stuff that we added, like with all this approach that we had in factory location. Actually, a lot of screenshots. Okay, it goes. Okay, what else? What else? Woods location content, new territories, quest from BTR driver, new depot area. I don't have a screenshot for that. New exit types and locations. The RPG, you already saw it. Hideout customization, pretty cool feature actually. You will be able to customize your hideout, finally. And I will stop it right here for the short juice time break. After that, we will return and I will show you the rest of the stuff that I have. It's still something, I believe. Yeah, we have some cool screenshots and cool materials for you guys to show. So don't get out. Don't just switch your channel or something.
Уже перерыв?
Первый. So yeah, we will have this short juice time break. So don't go anywhere, please.
Я даже не...
Okay, we're back. Damir, people, you know that people, they... Такое ощущение, что у меня фейс лица весь какой-то вот такой морщинистый, уже старый. Я, походу, заканчиваюсь, Дамир. Мне, походу, надо идти в этот... не в отпуск, а на пенсию. Что-то, мне кажется, я не затягиваю уже вот это все. Не вытаскиваю.
А как мы без тебя?
Как-нибудь. У вас есть...
Кто?
Ладно. Он пишет, уходи, говорят, уходи. Я люблю наших ребят русскоязычных. Они такие добрые. Такие, уходи. Что саунд-то? Все окей, it's working. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Let's go. So, New Year's patch. What else? We was talking about the customs location rework, woods location content, new exit types and location, RPG 26, hideout customization, winter camouflages. Let me show you a screenshot of winter camouflagers.
Камуфляжес, это хорошо.
Winter's camouflagers. Yes.
Вырез. Вот оно.
And also not only the clothing, but also some of the gear, like backpacks. And it won't be just the two of them, of course. So we will add more stuff to that.
А знаешь, что хочу?
Что?
Тактические шорты.
Тактические шорты?
Да. В арену, пожалуйста.
Tactical shorts. Окей.
Можно?
А?
Можно?
Можно. Все можно. У нас все можно. В нашей компании. Okay, what else? New weapons and equipment. So I showed you the AA-12 that will be in this patch, and also we will have this in the New Year's patch. So it's Taco TRG M10, Lapua Magnum bolt action rifle. 338. And also like the screenshots, fantastic.
Yes.
Juicy.
Не, ну скриншоты реально делать умею.
Да, juicy, прям
Рендер
juicy, да.
прям уфала. Это что за затвор?
Prestige levels, это уже было, сорян. Так. What else? What's more to quality of life? Uninterrupted healing of all body parts. I said that on some podcast or something. So you will be able to heal everything like by holding the heal button. So basically all of the body parts will be healed, not to press it all over again. Detailed post-trade stats. I don't have a screenshots for that. That also will be some additional useful information. Weapon mastering rebalance. Booby trapping containers and dead bodies. That will be huge. Quest rework, loot zones rework, and sound engine improvements. As always, every single major patch We try to rework things, like some basic things, and then I believe for every single major patch we basically rework sound. And yeah, and also the thing that I want to show you guys is блядь, что происходит, не понимаю. And the recoil rework. We actually added some new things in there just to make the recoil a little bit better. Sorry for that. Where is it? Engine. Yeah, this one.
Стало лучше.
Yeah, just to make it, you know, like more fluid, I guess.
Сборка приключений какая-то.
So it's still the same recoil that we have. We just added this additional rotating things, just to have it more like, you know, natural kind of feel. It's still the same. People say like no, and it's bad. I don't know why. We just added this like additional rotation. That's it. Guys, what the fuck? Like basically, we didn't change the recoil. Come on, we didn't change it. We didn't change the recoil. We just added some of this, you know, like things like okay, fuck it. Okay, we won't do it. Okay. Motion sick, бла 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 бла. Что за херня, блядь, происходит, я не понимаю.
Не знаю.
Что, блядь, случилось за херня, я не понимаю. Что за дым, блядь? Я не понимаю. Алло! Ребят! Что это, блядь, за херня происходит? Что за нахрен, блядь? Алло! Что?
Сейчас позову кого-нибудь.
Блядь, что происходит, нахрен?
Доигрались, что ли?
Блядь, чё?
Надеваем противогаз!
Блядь!